She explained that responding to Japan with their own hunters would risk triggering an all-out war between them, but a covert monster wouldn't cause such breakout. Back from his memories, he placed the head of the Japanese girl on her lap and gazed at a picture of his mother, recalling Sim's deal. She would save his mother only if he agrees to be their monster. Meanwhile, in Japan, at the Prime Minister's office, a conversation is underway. The Prime Minister engages in dialogue with his Defense Minister. The PM inquires if there are powerful monsters inside the gate. The Minister responds with a simple, no. The PM repeats his question about the presence of powerful hunters in Korea, and once again, the Minister's response is a negative one. This incites anger within the PM, Japanese Prime Minister Ryuzaki Judo, who demands to know why their hunters haven't taken control of Korea. In response, the minister apologizes and assures Judo that he will personally resolve the issue. Judo seeks details about the plan of action. The man's response is a smirk. Japan's top hunter, Ikosai Kazuru, assures Judo that he will handle the matter himself. Kazuru exits the PM's office and instructs his assistant to prepare his sword immediately. His assistant questions if he plans to go alone, to which he firmly replies, yes. The lady, considering the elite status of previous hunters, wonders why he doesn't bring others. In response, Kazuru retorts angrily, asking if he appears to need help. This prompts the lady to apologize for underestimating him. A few moments later, Kazuru enters the rift, pondering the failure of elite hunters before him. But there is a grim sight that awaits him. He discovers a monster seated amidst a pile of deceased hunters. Enraged, he attacks Jihyoung, who surprisingly blocks his sword with his arm, stunning Kazuru. Kazuru launches another attack, but Jihyoung blocks it. Kazuru questions how Jihyoung dares to block his sword and strikes him in the stomach. He employs his first moon skill, causing Jihyoung to stagger back and cough up blood. Kazuru doesn't stop there. He proceeds with his second moon skill, smashing Jihyoung against the wall. However, he realizes Jihyoung's exoskeleton is incredibly resilient. Kazuru uses his third moon attack, aiming for Jihyoung's head. But Jihyoung manages to dodge and counterattack with his skeletal sword, nearly severing Kazuru's head. Kazuru narrowly avoids decapitation and swiftly chops off Jihyoung's arm and effortlessly beheads him. As Jihyoung's lifeless body falls to the ground, he recalls memories of his father. His father was a kind and warm man, working tirelessly to take good care of his family. Despite facing challenges, their family was happy. However, as good things never last forever, neither did their happiness. Sadly, his father passed away in an accident due to his childish innocence. This tragic loss plunged the family into debt and hardship. His mother worked tirelessly to provide for them. Throughout the day, she would conceal her grief and sorrow behind her smiling face. However, at night, all of her sorrow would overwhelm her. This didn't go unnoticed by Jihyoung. He blamed himself for the fall of their happiness. One day, Jihyoung reached a breaking point and attempted to demonetize himself, but he came to realize that he was one of the awakened. With a newfound resolve, Jihyoung promised his mother that he would become a hunter and restore her happiness. He also remembered what Yun had told him about the broken state of the world. He will have to become a monster to save Korea and his mother. Jihyoung reinvigorated his resolve and begins to regenerate his severed head and body. Meanwhile, Kazuru questions why the elite hunters fell to such a weak creature. He acknowledges that he has spent too much time on this mission and decides to march forward and take over Korea all by himself. Unbeknownst to him, Jihyoung, now with a bare-boned skeleton, crawls toward him. Suddenly, Jihyoung bites Kazuru's ankle, shocking him. Panic sets in as Kazuru notices Jihyoung's regenerative ability, prompting Jihyoung to bite even harder, causing Kazuru intense pain. Kazuru retaliates by swinging his sword in a lunar crescent shape, activating his power and separating Jihyoung from his foot. Enraged, Kazuru points his sword at Jihyoung and retreats to the center of his lunar power. He vanishes into thin air and circles Jihyoung at a super-fast speed before unleashing his Kage-Ru fatal 12th moon attack. Reducing Jihyoung to tiny pieces with a powerful burst. Kazuru walks away, leaving a damaged rift channel and a crater, expressing surprise at Jihyoung's bite. He acknowledges the need for urgent healing. Suddenly, a sharp bone pierces his other leg, stunning him. Emerging from the darkness, Jihyoung, now just a bare-boned skeleton, crawls toward Kazuru. Panicked, Kazuru grips his sword tightly and launches a full-force attack on Jihyoung. Meanwhile, at the rift gate, the Prime Minister, his secretary, and other elites await Kazuru. The secretary questions the need for so many elites, to which Judo explains that 3 days have passed since Kazuru's entry into the rift. He emphasizes the Minister of Defense's status as Japan's top hunter, hinting at the gravity of the situation. Before Judo can finish, Kazuru's decapitated head rolls out of the rift gate, followed by Jihyoung's slow emergence. Shocked and enraged, Judo attempts to roar but is swiftly beheaded by Jihyoung. Elsewhere, in the Korean Hunter Association, concerns arise about Yun's plan due to Jihyoung's actions, including the death of Jihyoung's son. The man warns that sending Jihyoung to Japan is risky, but Yun remains unfazed, smiling confidently. She challenges the doubter, sparking curiosity about Jihyoung's potential to confront Japan's mightiest SSS rank hunter. The scene shifts once more as Judo's severed head reconnects to his body. Judo activates his full power, smashing Jihyoung onto the ground and causing the surroundings to crack and fill with magma. Japan's Prime Minister Ryuzaki Judo stands over the unconscious Jihyoung as the strongest number 0 and SSS ranked hunter.